Today we're talking about the importance of mindfulness for entrepreneurs here on The Journey. So as an entrepreneur, you have a million things to be concerned about. You have bills, you have employees, you have products.
Yeah, we've all had those days when you're running around all day crazy and you're done at the end of the day and you're like, what did I get done today? I mean, your day was just so hectic. Mindfulness is really important for not only taking care of yourself, but it's also a great business strategy.
All right, so what is mindfulness? Now, it has been associated with meditation, but it's good to know that mindfulness is not just exclusive to meditation.
Absolutely. Being mindful is being really consciously present in the moment, having a lot of intention about every single thing that you do. And this isn't just a temporary thing, like, oh, it's 10 a.m., time to be mindful. This is something that you need to have as a habit that you really put into practice throughout your entire workday.
So what does mindfulness have to do with being an entrepreneur? Now, as an entrepreneur, there's so many things on your plate and it's easy to be burnt out. Well, mindfulness can actually help with that.
Mindfulness has a ton of great benefits, starting with improving your health. I mean, as an entrepreneur, you can't really take a ton of sick days, so it's really important for that and maintaining certain health benefits.
Also, mindfulness has been shown to reduce stress, lower your heart rate, even your blood pressure. It can improve your sleep or even boost your immune system.
It also helps fight anxiety and depression. You know, as someone who's constantly go, 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 you have a lot of stress in your day-to-day activities, so it's a great way to help combat that anxiety and stress and depression.
It also helps cognitive ability. As an entrepreneur, you're gonna have some issues you're gonna have to work through, so being able to problem solve and be analytical is gonna be important, and you can't do that with a foggy brain.
One study even found that even just a 10-minute daily practice helped result in more efficient cognition. Say that 3 times fast.
It also helps to battle burnout. You work a lot of hours, you have so much on your plate, it can be taxing. So having a more mindful practice throughout your day can help avoid all of that.
Basically, it helps with everything, so why not?
Why not?
So you know why it's important, you know all the benefits, but Sam, how do we actually do this? Where do we start?
Well, you can start by just scheduling your day. Embracing routine and making sure that you have some structure, it can reduce anxiety and it's good for your overall, of course, health, but making sure that things get done efficiently.
There's something so peaceful about just having your day planned out. Like, that is the greatest feeling.
You know what to expect.
Exactly. And don't forget to also include some breaks or maybe some non-work things in there as well. Like, hey, I'm gonna be eating from this time and then, gonna take this 5-minute break here.
Or I'm commuting here.
Exactly. It's really important to think about all those things so that they don't surprise you and then all of a sudden you're really behind schedule and stressed out.
And it's good to know when to stop. You want to be able to make sure that you're checking in with yourself. The whole point of mindfulness is to make sure that you're not burning yourself out. So even though you have a good schedule, you're being productive, relax, know when to take a break.
Yeah, I struggle with that one a lot. I know I'll get in my zone, I'm staring at my computer screen for like hours, and then I realize that you've hit that kind of brain fog. And that's when I know that, hey, I need to take a step away, take a lap around the office, go outside, take a little nature break, whatever it takes to really reset your brain and reset your focus.
I like to pass out, take a nap.
Now, obviously, one other way to be mindful is to create a checklist, but we're gonna switch it up a little bit. We're gonna say create an anti-checklist.
Because sometimes when you have that to-do list, if you don't get everything done, at the end of the day, you're just looking at everything that you missed. But if you have an anti-to-do list, you start off the day with a blank list, and when you finish things, you add them to it. So at the end of the day, you see everything you've accomplished.
Exactly. I love a good to-do list. This is an even better way to do that because then it's also like a little pat on the back as you're completing tasks. And then, it's great. You don't have a whole list of things that you didn't accomplish that day.
So this will just give you that momentum that you can ride on and continue to be productive as you go.
Mindfulness isn't something that just magically happens on its own. You have to actually put forth intentional effort to make sure that it does happen. But if you fall off and you've kind of forgotten a little bit about that, here are some strategies that you can use to really get back on track.
You can perform a body scan. So you just think about how you're feeling and taking it all in, starting at the crown of your head all the way down to the tip of your toes. Think about, how does my mind feel right now, my head, and how do I feel in my chest, my abdomen? All of those things come together with that body scan.
Now that you've done that body scan, notice where you're unintentionally holding on to a lot of tension. So whether that's in your jaw or your shoulders or your neck, realize that, acknowledge it, and then release it.
Next, you can stretch. Whether it's your arms or you're standing up and you're reaching up, that's a great way of releasing that stress.
You can also review all your senses. So it's a lot like that body scan, but you're thinking about those 5 senses. You know, what do you see? What do you feel? What do you touch? All of that great things.
And that kind of reminds me of a meetup that I did. It was like a mindfulness hike. Not only are you just walking through the woods, but the person leading it was saying, what do your feet feel? What do you see? What are you taking in? And we even had moments where we just stopped in a place, looked straight ahead, and just focused on that one particular piece and figured out what is in that area. It was a little different, but I did realize that it helped me become more mindful in that moment and present.
Exactly. And the next thing you can do is also breathe. So breathe in, hold it, breathe out. You know, all of that great stuff. Breathing is so important, and it's a great way to really help ground yourself again.
So next, be grateful. One of the great ways of resetting your mind is just to spend a few minutes and be grateful about the things that you have in your life.
Another strategy is to acknowledge where you're at in your entrepreneurial journey. So, you know, a lot of times we get so lost in, I have this to do, this much to do, you know, I haven't reached this point in my career yet. But if you take a step back and you actually acknowledge how far you've come, you realize that you're doing pretty well. The bottom line is entrepreneurship is hard. You need every possible tool you can get to make it easier. So mindfulness is definitely something you can utilize to help you actually be more productive at work.
All right, so that's a wrap. You just learned the importance of mindfulness for entrepreneurs. Be sure to like this video and comment below.
And go ahead and intentionally subscribe to our channel and go ahead and ring that bell so that you're the first to know whenever we upload new videos. This is The Journey. We'll see you next time.